Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Donna and on Wednesdays we do Winter Wednesdays. So I am back today with 3 little makes for us to do together. I thought we could have a quick look at what we've already done. So we have our little mini pocket and then we made some tags with a little tuck spot there. And some journaling space, and we made this tag here, so they go in there. This we didn't do together, but this was the thing that kind of gave me the idea of doing Winter Wednesdays. So this is the little booklet with all our journaling space and tags and things on the back, and then kind of like my collage and mixed media things on the front. So that was that one. And then last week we did our ephemera holder, which I still really love. I haven't decorated the front yet, but I'm planning on putting some snowflakes and things in there. And then off camera, I just strengthened this spine with the same washi I used here, just to match it up and just to make it a little bit stronger. And I also put some skinny washi around where I'd used the double-sided tape, if you can see. So that's that. This has been really handy. Just keep this on my desk now, open it up when I want it, and I've got all my bits there. So we did that as well. So I've got a couple of things that I thought might be fun little projects, and we're going to start off with the smallest and we'll move to the biggest. And first of all, we're going to make these cute little what would you call them, pockets? Yeah, cute little pockets, and they are tea bags. So I bought these on Amazon. I think I got about 100 in a pack. They weren't overly expensive, and they measure 5 centimetres, which looks to be about 2 inches, by 7 centimetres or 2 3/4 of an inch. So do you say 3/4 in America? I'm not sure, but I would say 3/4 of an inch. So they're really cute little things. So I thought that we could decorate one up, make a little pouch for some of the little tags that come in the Winter Blues kit. So in front of me I have a few bits and bobs. I want to use her today because she's just too cute not to. So she's going on. I've just prepped the bag by putting some greaseproof paper inside, because obviously once you start adding glue, it will seep through. So I've just put some greaseproof paper in there to protect it. So I'm going to use her. I'm going to use a little bit of this tissue paper that I have. Just let me cut that off so it's straight. Oops. So I'll put a bit of tissue paper on there, a bit of cheesecloth. So throughout all these little projects, I'm going to keep the theme the same. So the same colours, the same type of materials. This is the tissue I used here on this tag. So I've got her to put on. I've got a snowflake that can go on there somewhere. And then I've just got various little bits. I've got some circles cut out in that peach paper that I've been using, just to bring some of that peach in as well. So I was thinking maybe putting something there and then balancing that out with a little circle there. And then I've just got some little glittery things that I could put on as well. So, something like this it's going to look. So I think the best thing to do is to just getting everything stuck down and seeing what happens. So let's take everything back off again. Let me get my glue book. Oops. Move the ruler. Now I think Pritt Stick is going to be fine for this. So I'm going to just stick it down with some Pritt Stick. Like this. So I'm going to pop that about there. None of this has to be perfect. I'm not aiming for perfection. I want it quite eclectic. I'm not going to start worrying about straight lines or anything like that. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. That's what I wanted all of these projects to be. Just a little bit of fun, a little bit of relaxation, and, you know, sometimes I feel like crafting just needs to be therapy. Does that make sense? You know, it just needs to be something that gets your head in a space where you can switch off and just escape for a little bit. Is anybody else having a load of trouble with their glues? Literally every time I go to stick something, I have to do that. Just going to put a little bit on, doesn't need loads. We'll just keep that in place. The Pritt Stick didn't work as well as I thought, actually. It might be the material on here. So that's that. Stuck down there. Next thing is, I think this cheesecloth needs to go on. So again, I'll just put a bit of tacky glue at the bottom so we can hold this. This is now my favourite glue that I've used. Loads of you helped me out with the whole glitter glue conundrum. I still haven't bitten the bullet and ordered any because I've been using this and I'm really happy with it. So, and from what a lot of you are saying, it might be a struggle to get hold of it at the moment anyway, because apparently, do the manufacturers stop selling it or something because it freezes? So it doesn't actually look like something I'm going to be able to get at the moment anyway. But yeah, this tacky glue is brilliant. It was only $1.99 on Amazon. I don't know obviously what that's like in dollars. I'm guessing about $2.50 maybe. But it definitely wasn't expensive. Right, I've got string and stuff everywhere. So that's how we're looking at the moment. Don't worry about this line on her face. It's only on mine. The one that you purchase, if you choose to purchase the kit, I corrected it before I uploaded it onto Etsy. You can also purchase it on Ko-fi. There are no fees added on Ko-fi, so you are not paying extra. It's more expensive on Etsy because Etsy add the fees, which they obviously then keep. But yeah, you can buy it from Etsy and Ko-fi if you wish. I think I'll put that one under her, like that. Yeah, I just like those circles for some reason. I just think it balances it out a little bit. I don't know why. Sometimes I just like the look of things and I've got no explanation as to why. So, are you all ready for your Thanksgiving? This will be coming out on Wednesday the 23rd. So will you be approaching your Thanksgiving weekend then? Is that right? I hope you are all looking forward to it. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, and if you're feeling, I know we don't have Thanksgiving, but obviously we celebrate Christmas and things, and I know it's not for everyone, and I know it can be quite a lonely time. So if you're feeling a little bit sad at this time, you feel like you've got things going on, or perhaps Thanksgiving's not going to be the way you wanted it to be, don't be alone. Reach out to someone. always someone there to make you feel a little bit better. And if you have got plans for Thanksgiving, I hope they go beautifully. I'm just going to stick her on in the middle because I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going either side of her. Sorry, I don't know what's going underneath her. So if I just stick her in the middle, I can still put things on. That's in the wrong place. She needs to be about there. That snowflake needs to be stuck down. They are a little bit awkward to work with, these bags, because they're like fluffy. So they don't stick very well, and like all the fibres get stuck. So we've got her on there like that. So we just need to decide now what, if anything, we need to put on. I've got these little things. I've had them years. But the colour looks really cute, I think, with, you know, with the colours that we've been using in here. I mean, it's exactly the same green as this, isn't it? So I'm wondering if I can pop something like that on there to lift it up a little bit. Where could I put this? I could maybe just leave that off for the moment. What about there? The middle of the snowflake. That might look a bit odd near her head. Put it there. I'm sorry, now these are supposed to be quick projects and you're just watching me move bits of sequins around. I might do that. That might look pretty. What do you think? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let's just do it. What's the worst that can happen? If I don't like it, I can pull it off, or I can get a new tea bag and start again. They're quite tricky to put on these because they're domed in the middle. So I just try and get as much on as possible just around the edge. And I think I want it about there. Right, and then let's stick this on. So it's been lovely weather here. It's been that gorgeous sunny and cold, you know, those sunny, cold, frosty mornings. I absolutely love. I put a photo of me and my little boy on the community, on my community wall. So we went on a gorgeous walk yesterday. Him and myself and my husband. And it was that type of weather where your nose goes really red and your hands are numb and your feet are numb. But it was great. Right, I think I'll faff about with that a little bit further because, well, I'm just going to be here all day. So I'm going to let that dry, and now I'll just tell you what I did with these. Now these are the mini tags from the kit. All I did was cut them out. I backed them on some coffee dyed paper. From the looks of it, I think I've just put some coffee granules on that there. I can't remember what I did, but I thought it looked interesting, so I just backed them, and I did have to cut them down slightly. So if I show you, I think I've got one here. So this is a mini tag, is it? Or is it one of the medium ones? Yeah, that's a mini tag. So that's in comparison. So I had to cut just the size down to make sure they fitted inside. So that's all I did for that. I have inked them, and I don't think I'm going to put anything on them. I'm just going to put some glittery material on the top. I've got some shiny stuff and some shiny ribbon, and I want to put some of this on. And I thought I had loads of little, oh, here it is. I've got some of this as well. It's like just cord. I just found it in a box. So that could go on the top as well. And then poking out, I'll have lots of different texture and interest and things to look at. So that's inked, and all I'm going to do is choose something to go on the top. And I've got some sparkly ribbon here that I might use. I've got some silver ribbon here, which hopefully you might be able to see. I've got some of this glittery stuff. I've got some cheesecloth, and I've got this thread that I've been putting on the top like this. So what I'm going to do is just pause while I decide what I'm going to put on the top, otherwise you'll just watch me moving the thread about, and then I'll get back to you, and all I'm going to do is staple it onto the top. So we'll staple it together, but just let me go and choose what it is I want to use. I'm back with my tags. I didn't staple them together, I'm sorry. Once I had them on there, it was just a case of putting them on and stapling them, but they're all done. This one looks like it needs a bit of a haircut, but they are all fluffy and textured, and that could probably look a little bit better. I might trim that at some point, but on the front they're looking good, and I like those. On here I just found a little word to put on. It's one of the Tim Holtz, you know, he has those booklet of words, so I've just popped that on there, and I've popped this little flower which looks like a snowflake on here, and all we're going to do is put them in our little tea bag like that. Okay, so we've got loads of texture, they're looking good, and they will just sit in there. Push this one down a bit. They'll just sit in there like that. So that's a cute little project. Obviously I've gone very heavy on the texture and the threads and things. Obviously you don't have to, that's entirely up to you. You just do it in your style. This is the way I like to do tags. I don't like putting, I've mentioned this so many times, so if you've been watching me since the beginning, you'll know that I really don't like putting string at the top of tags. I just like to do it like that. I think that one looks really pretty with the neutrals. And there's the little bag. So, I mean, you could even, if you didn't want to put it in a tea bag, if you've got a little pouch like this, you could, you know, you could just have it stuck out there like that and do like a little loaded pocket if you wanted to. So just have one in there, and then just have one in the bag like that. So we've got a lot of texture and fluff going on. It's great, I love it. If you can't do that at winter, when can you do it? Loving it. So that's our first little project, is the tea bag and the little mini tags to go in it. As I said, this is in the kit, but you can do it with whatever papers you've got, whatever die cuts you've got. You know, you just use what you want to use. You don't have to go and buy my kit. But yes, so that's our first little project. Now, the next project we're going to do is another quick one. Again, I'm using my papers, but you can choose whichever papers you want. So I'm going to clear my desk, and then we'll have a go at the second little make. So see you soon. For our next project, we will just need a strip of paper, a paper clip, and some double-sided tape, and a glue of your choice. Okay, so I have taken this strip from this sheet here. I think it might be that end. And I've just cut a strip to the size I wanted. And all we do with that piece of paper is have it like this. We're going to make an altered paper clip, not a hidden one, just an altered one. So we're still going to be able to see the paper clip. This is an idea I first saw on M's Scrapbusters. So if you head over to Melina's channel, I think it is her channel called Scrappy Crafter. You'll be able to find all of her M's Scrapbusters on there. But yes, that's where I originally saw this idea. And all we do is fold our strip into thirds. So we fold it in, And then we fold it not quite to the end because we want to make... Camera ran out of battery, so I hope you didn't miss too much. But all I was saying is we have our we get our strip of paper and we're just going to fold into thirds. So you want, if it's just one-sided, you want obviously the patterned bit on the front. If it's double-sided, choose which bit you want to see. Kind of fold it roughly. Now you want this bit a little bit smaller. That's just how I've done it anyway. I've made this middle panel a bit fatter. This one comes in but not to the end. This one I've folded over. I'm going to glue to strengthen it because I've folded that so it doesn't quite reach. And that's going to be a little pocket there. Okay. So before we do anything like that, we need to know what's going on with our paper clip. Our paper clip goes in this middle bit. I'm putting the smallest bit inside and the largest bit on the outside, just because it makes sense to have the larger bit on the outside. You can push it further if your page is bigger. I don't think it really matters. It's just for you know, practical reasons for me, really. So you put your paper clip in like that, and then once that's closed and all glued, you've got your paper clip still showing, so it will go onto, it will just clip onto page either sideways, and you'd have a pocket at the top, or this way. Okay, and you'd have your pocket at the side. So that's what we're going to do. They're really simple. So because I've waffled on quite a bit, we'll start right from the beginning. So a strip of paper, we're going to fold kind of into thirds. I'm going to make the middle bit a bit fatter, these two bits a bit thinner. I'm going to fold them in, folding that over that side, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue. That's just to strengthen the pocket. Okay, a bit of glue there. That's going to fold in like that. So before I stick anything together, I'm going to put the paper clip on and just kind of put it in the middle. Now at this point, if you wanted to put something on the top, like a tassel, leave a little bit of a space and put your tassel on. So if you were wanting to, say, get some ribbon, you could put it on at this point like that. I don't think I'm going to do it on this, but if that's what you wanted to do, tie it on before you push it down, and then you'd have like a tag hanging out the top. Don't think I'm going to do it on this one, but that's the time to do it if you do want to do it. Now this is moving around all over the place, so what I use is double-sided tape. I've used this for years for doing this because it's really sticky, and obviously once you've stuck that down, when you've peeled this top layer off, you've got extra adhesive to go with your glue. It just supports your glue a little bit, I find anyway. So I get my paper clip where I want it, and I put my glue, not my glue, I put my double-sided tape on, and I press down really well so that paper clip's really stuck in there. Okay, so I do that. Then I just pull the top layer off. Like that. And then you just use whatever glue it is that you want to use here. I'm going to use Pritt Stick because I don't want it to warp. You can use, you know, use your art glitter or whatever you want to use, and then we stick this down like that. Okay, so we want glue on this bit. So let's get some Pritt Stick on there. Put plenty on. And we will press that down. Now this is just copy paper, but but you'll be surprised how strong it actually becomes once you fold it and stick it. And once you start doubling up your layers, it really just holds really well, and that's not going anywhere. Okay, that's nice and stuck. Now, it depends how deep you want your pocket. That will determine where you stick next. So if you want a really deep pocket, you'll just make your pocket like that by gluing this side and this side. If you want a shallower pocket, you could stick that down and just have a shallow pocket there. I think I'm just going to stick here and here and just make a simple pocket that will go on the front like that. So I'm going to use tacky glue for that. And it's going to put a line. Let me do it on here in case I go wrong. I'm going to put a little bit there. Can you see what I'm doing? Just put a little bit there. A little bit here. And stick that pocket down. And that's it, done. It's really quick, really easy. And just a little bit something extra that you can put into your journals. Just give it a really good push down. So there's your pocket then for whatever you want to put in it. Now I did decide as well, forgetting about that, I was going to put a pocket here, but not a pocket, like a tuck spot. I'm not sure if it's worth it now if I've got the paper clip here. So what I was thinking of maybe putting a tuck spot and just putting something small in, like, what have I got? Like this, for example. It would tuck in, but I think the paper clip's going to get in the way. I don't know, because, I mean, you could put some little stamps in there, couldn't you? Just either side. So, I mean, let's do it. Let's do it, because it's, if not, it's just decorative, isn't it? And it's that peachy paper that I've used on all the other bits. So it just keeps everything cohesive. So I'm just going to put that on. Like that, as a little tuck. Because as I say, we could maybe put some little stamps in there or something. And if not, it just kind of looks nice with the collage. So that's on there. And then you can decorate it up any way you want, really. Just going to trim off that. I mean, I haven't thought about what I'm going to do, but you could get, I don't know, you could get something on here, like a cluster that you've made. That's just a piece of paper, but you know what I mean. You can be as creative as you want. You could put a little, what have I got in here? Maybe a little snowflake on there, like that, a cluster. I've got something like that. I mean, I don't know. I've not thought about it, but there we have a paper clip for your journal. You can use any paper that you want. And decorate it any way you want. It doesn't even have to be winter, it could be any theme. So it just goes on like that. Okay, and then you just take it off. You've got your little pocket on the back. If you've made one or whatever it is you want to do. You might put some journaling space there if you wanted. That could be an idea. But that's our second project. You could put it in this way and have a tag that goes upwards, because you could just put your paper clip on sideways and have your tag there. So a few different options. So we've got our little bag and we've got our altered paper clip, and the third one we're going to do will take a little bit longer, and it's using the leftover jumbo tags from last week when we made this. So again, I'll go and clear my desk I'll go and grab everything that I need and then I'll get back to you. See you in a bit. Our third project for today is going to be using these 2 jumbo tags to make like an over the page removable journaling tag type thing. I don't really know how else to explain it. Hopefully it will become clear once I've done it. So last week when we made the ephemera book, we used 2 tags from the printed sheet that were joined, and we folded them, and then we used an additional one, so we cut another sheet in half to make 3, you know, the 3 tags on the booklet. So these were already joined, these 2, and we added that one on, which meant we were left with a page with a tag on the page by itself. Now I made 2 of these because I made one as a practice, this, and I made another one on camera. So I actually had 2 leftover tags, which gave me the idea for this. So if you don't have any leftover tags, you can just cut up 2 tags from the sheet, or you can just make yourself some jumbo tags or use some tags you've already got. So these are the ones that were left over. So this is going to be my front and this one is going to be the other one on the other side. I'm moving that out of the way for the moment and I'm just going to concentrate on this one. Now at the moment, because it's quite decorative anyway, I'm not going to do anything extra for now. I'm just going to work on this back side here. Now, I printed on copy paper, so it was just plain on the back, and all I've done is backed it onto some scrapbook paper, which I thought would look nice with what I was doing, and then I just inked around in pumice stone on both sides. I then just cut from a piece of, I think it's mixed media paper, like artist paper, but it's quite strong and sturdy. So I've just cut a pocket. There was no rhyme or reason to it. I just worked out my width and I just decided I wanted that type of shape. So that's the shape I cut. I then went over it with some texture paste to make these little circles and I let that dry. So that's going to go onto there as a pocket. I have backed one of the images from the kit that's coming apart. So just let me add a little bit extra. I backed one of the images from the kit onto an old glue book to strengthen it because that's going to go on here, and I think I will do it as a pocket, like a wonky pocket like that. A little bit of ribbon, which I thought would go kind of like that somehow. A snowflake that's going to go underneath the pocket, and then a little snowflake that will go on there like that. So that's the plan. So the first thing I need to do is get this stuck down on my 3 sides. Now, if you don't have texture paste, you know, it's not a worry. I just did it because I thought, with it being white, I wanted to keep it kind of white so it stood out against the blue background, but I did want to add a little bit of interest. So that's why I decided to use the texture paste, but you could do some stamping. You could just use some patterned paper. You could use some embossed paper. You know, it's entirely up to you. So you just go with what you fancy doing. Now my camera did run out of battery again, so I'm hoping you've not missed too much. All I've done is stuck this pocket on and then just said, you know, texture paste isn't necessary. You could use some texture paper or some embossed paper. You could use fabric. You know, it's entirely up to you. This was just an idea that I had. Now I want that to go on a little bit wonky because I want that to kind of go on a bit wonky as well. So I kind of want it like that. So I might keep that there, hold it, put some glue here. Stick that down. So keep that in place and then lift this up and do the same. that. Okay, so that's down where I want it. My snowflake needs to go about there because I want my pocket about there. Yeah, so that snowflake needs to go there, and I'm going to use Pritt Stick for it. So, just going to get my glue book. Excuse me while I rummage for it. Okay, so I've got my glue book. I'm going to get some Pritt Stick on there. I'm going to do it in Pritt Stick so that I can cover the whole snowflake easily, but then I'm just going to put a blob of the tacky glue on it as well. Just in the middle, because obviously we are going over texture. So if I just put a blob here, there and everywhere, that should just help the Pritt Stick a little bit. Stick that down like that. And again, it's white on white on white, but because we've got the texture, I feel like it breaks it up and it just adds that little bit of interest on top of each other. That's going to go on there like that, so I'll put that down as a pocket on 3 sides. Kind of want it wonky. I feel like that needs to go up a bit, but it's not going to move, so it'll have to stay there. I'll stick this down. So that this image is from the kit. It's not, I don't have 2 separate kits, like I don't have a paper kit and then an image kit. They're all in the same kit. As I said, you can use any winter picture. You might have a Christmas book, so you could get an image from there. That is really going to have to be held down, I think, because it's gone over quite a bit of texture. And then I'm going to stick this little bit here. I might have to clamp that. I'm going to put that there, and I kind of feel like I want a word, but I don't know what word I want. See, it's not. I might have to put a load more glue on there and just hold it. So the only words I've really got are the Tim Holtz ones, and they're not sentiments, they're just single words. And they're good, but they're not, you know, they're not the best for this project. I have used a few. I did use one on that little this thing. So, you know, you can use them, but they're not the best, to be honest, for winter. But Tracy Fox said that she will be having some sentiments, Christmas sentiments, as a freebie in her next Foxy rag. So hopefully, because I am subscribed to her, I think you have to be subscribed to Tracy's newsletter and you get the magazine through the newsletter. It's a great magazine. I was actually featured in it the last issue. There was an article in there about my background and my channel and things, and it's free. You are welcome to give a donation, which I usually do because a lot of work does go into it. But there's loads of great papers and tags, and you know, she puts a load of things in there as extras as well as the articles, so it's really good value for money. And as I say, it's free unless you want to give a donation. But she was saying the other day that she has some sentiments that are going to be in the Foxy rag. So I might wait and see what she has, because as I say, I am subscribed to that. And there might be something in there that I can use. So I'm going to stick this little snowflake down, and then I might leave it as it is for now until I see what Tracy has. Or I might be able to find something. But anyway, that's our pocket, so we can put whatever we want in there, you know, a tag or whatever you want to go in there. Okay, so we've got our first jumbo tag completed. I'll probably put a little bit extra down there as well. If I do anything extra, I'll show you at the end of the video. That's the front. So let's work on the next one. So the front of this one's a bit plainer, and this is done on double-sided, so I'm not going to do anything on there for the moment. I got a little bit of a plan, which I will show you in a bit. So let's just decorate this up a little bit. I felt like it was a bit plain, so I want to put some cheesecloth there at the bottom. So I am just going to get my tacky glue again. Just going to put a load of that on here. Just stick that cheesecloth down. So as I say, all this collaging has already been done. You just cut the tag out. So that's going on there. Then I like these. Really like this pair here. They look like they're having a great time. So they're going to go there, and I want to put some of this peach just peeking out here to bring that in. Maybe about there. Like that. I wanted a snowflake here, popping out somewhere. Maybe there. And another one there, and a little one. I've got another little one for here, and again I want a sentiment to go. Goodness me, my phone is playing up, really playing up. It's just gone off again, so hope you've not missed too much. But that's how I generally kind of want it laid out. So I'm going to get some, don't need that much, I'm just going to take that off, and I'm going to get that stuck down there. Like that. I'm getting very gluey and very sticky. And that's just to bring a bit of the peach in. Those two are going to go there. This snowflake is going to go there. So let's get this stuck down. Fingers crossed my camera doesn't cut out. I might have to go and charge it. Have a break and come back. Right, so we'll pop that there. We'll get this pair stuck down. I'm going to get a new page in my book. Very sticky. So Pritt Stick, and I'm going to put a bit of tacky glue on as well, just in the centre. Pop these down here. Snowflake I think will go there. Where's the other one? There it is. Then a little one for here. And then I want a word, so I've got those, where's those Tim Holtz things? Here they are. I thought believe might be nice, because they're having fun and they're enjoying Christmas time. So have I got, yes, there's believe. So I thought something like that here. Maybe just there, a little snowflake on it. And should it go here? Like that. Snowflake there. Like that. That could work, couldn't it? So before my camera conks out altogether, I'm just going to quickly get this snowflake stuck on. I might have it so it hangs off a little bit. So get that there. Get this stuck down with some tacky glue. Like that. And get this little snowflake stuck on. These snowflakes are just die cuts that I got in a magazine recently. In a card making magazine. It's where I got the scrapbook paper for that other tag, the back of the other tag. but I can't remember the name of the magazine, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to like show it because of advertisement type things. So yeah, I can't even remember the name of it, to be honest. I want to say Crafters Companions, but I don't think it is that. So that's that side of the tag. So what I'm going to do is go and sort my camera out, let everything dry, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next with these tags. So both of my tags are here. I've just added a little bit of that sparkly thread at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I have cut a piece of material which is the width of the top of the tag here. And what we're going to do is attach our tags with the material so that they can go over a page and hang. Okay, so that's the next step, but I do just want to do something with this first. Now I've come up with a little idea of using some coffee paper to make a pocket. So what I did is I got, I just got my A4 paper and I've made it this long, but kind of, you know, if it was horizontal, I've made it this long. So this is what I mean. Okay, so I had my piece of paper this way, worked out where I wanted my pocket to be, folded it, and then I kept the full length of the paper going this way. So I put it on, folded it up like this to how high I wanted my pocket, and then I worked out, going this way, where I want my lower pocket to be, because we've got a pocket here and we've got a pocket here, and then I just folded it in backwards on itself. This is probably making no sense at all, because then we have a pocket which folds out and gives us some journaling space. Okay, so let me try and explain that a little bit more clearly, because I've got a feeling I made absolutely no sense. So get your piece of paper, cut it widthways to the width you want. I've done mine just short of the tag. Keep a length of your paper to what you want. Then fold it up to make a pocket to whichever the depth you want your pocket to be. And then fold it back up to make a pocket which is shorter. Okay, so you've got a double pocket there. And the first thing we're going to do is stick this whole thing down on 3 sides onto this base. So a bit of glue. On there. A bit of glue on here. And a bit of glue on there. And we're going to stick the whole thing down like that. I'm going to go quite far to the bottom, but I'm going to try and centre it in the centre of the tag. Okay, so that's a pocket. That would be a pocket in your tag here. Now, this obviously comes down and we want a way of keeping it up. So my idea was to find something like this where we could just stick the top and then we've got the bottom that allows it to open, and then it will just tuck back up inside there. Obviously it affects your pocket a little bit because you can only really fit things here and here, but you can still use them as little pockets and tuck spots. You can just put things either side, and you can kind of put anything secret or private in there if you wanted to and tuck it back up like that. I'm just going to work out where I want it. It's going to go there, so I'm just putting glue literally on the top. Is that a sticker? I never know if things are stickers or not. I don't want it as a sticker anyway, do I? Thinking about it. Because I don't want this piece of paper being stuck. So, bit of glue there. Pop that in the middle. And then just stick it down. And that's going to keep our flippy out bit where it needs to be. And then when we want it, we can pull it down, use it as a pocket, do some journaling, and we've got loads of extra journaling space on there. So that was my idea that I had for that side. Just something, you know, something a little bit different. That's the front, and now we're going to join these tags together. So they're exactly the same size. So I say it should be easy, but we'll see. So I've got my material here. I want that side on there. So I want it like that. So it's about 3 squares. If I go like that and like that and leave a square in the middle, that should fit, that should work, because I do want the little bit of extra material to sit on top of the page. So what I'm actually going to do is put a pencil line where I want to stop the glue. Okay, I'm going to put some, let me put some paper down. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Oops. This is another glue that gives me jip. I'm going to put a bit of Fabri-Tac on there. Just up to that pencil mark. And I'm going to stick it down. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay. Hopefully that will dry without too many marks. Let me just get one of these things. Spread that out a bit. So then I want some more Fabri-Tac on this bit, just up to that pencil mark again. I hope this works. Got that dreaded feeling that something's been stuck on upside down. But we'll see, won't we, in a minute? And that's going to go there, just on that pencil mark. And I'm aiming to get the material straight. Okay. I think I might just go and dry this off, and then once it's dry, I'll show you what it's looking like. Okay. We're all dry, and this is how it's looking. So everything's the right way. It's got a little bit of material left over at the top, which is great because that can sit on top of the page. When we open it up, we've got our pocket here that we can put things into. This is the other side, and we've got our pocket here that comes down like that for some journaling. So if we were putting that on a page, that would then obviously just sit like that. Okay, so I'd want it the other way actually. I'd like that as the front. Doesn't matter, but okay. So that would hang like that over your page. You could use a paper clip to make it a little bit more secure if you wanted to. Obviously your pocket's going to be upside down if you do that, but you can take it off and get your bits and bobs out your pocket, because the alternative is to do an upside down one, and I don't know what that would look like if it wasn't hanging, if you know what I mean. So you could secure it on there like that, and then on the other side you've got the other bit, and then you would just take it off and you've got whatever you want to do on the inside. So that's another little idea that I thought we could do with our tags. So we've got this one that we've done today. We have our altered paper clip, which we have done today, and that's got our little pocket. It's got our little pocket there. And we have done our tea bag with a skinny tag from the kit, and the other tag is here, and this skinny tag from the kit as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, in my head these were quick projects, but they've probably not looked like quick projects while I was talking and waffling on and things, but actually they're pretty quick projects. I mean, this one, all you have to do is stick a bit of fabric at the top. You can have that made and then just do your faffing around later. Same with these, you know, same with this. I haven't put anything on there at the moment. I'll just find something to put on there later and see what I want to do with that. I mean, if you had it that way, you could use one of these tags, couldn't you? From the kit, and have it on sideways. That would be really pretty. And that one could go in there like that. I might have another go at one of these tea bags because I'm actually going off this a little bit. I don't like it. It's a little bit too shiny for me. I like things a little bit more textured and neutral. So I might have another go at another one and see what I can come up with. And if I do, I will show you that next video. I think next video we can perhaps make some tags to go in these pockets here. I've already got these. I just put some wet ink on them last year, so we could do some tags for the inside of there next week. But for now, those are a few little project ideas that you could do with the kit, or if you wanted without the kit, just with anything that you've got in your stash at home. So I hope you enjoyed that, and take care everybody. I will see you next week for Winter Wednesdays. Until then, look after yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye.